Did Rez's master just get revealed? Let's get straight into this, because this theory might completely change how we see Dragons Rising and the entire legacy of Master Wu. Rez's master has been built up as one of the biggest mysteries in the show. We know he's powerful, he understands the Source Dragon on a deeper level, he has history with Wu, and his full reveal is being saved for something big. The writers are holding this back very intentionally, and when they finally show him, it's meant to be a huge thing. In a dubbing cast, we see an interesting name, Enemy Lloyd. A lot of people believe that Enemy Lloyd is Rez's master, and while that theory is interesting, it honestly feels too straightforward. Enemy Lloyd appears in a leaked dubbing cast list. And while Dragons Rising has heavily implied the existence of previous cycles, and Lloyd's Season 1 vision showed a lot of greystones with swords and ninja masks, and what looked like the end of an entire reality, the idea that Enemy Lloyd could be Lloyd from a previous cycle, whose world was destroyed by the Source Dragons, absolutely works, but it's a little too dark. But the truth might go even bigger than that. We heard the Source Dragons talk that it might be not only the end of this cycle, but all of the cycles.
It may mean the end of this cycle.
Not just the end of this cycle, the end of all cycles.
That might mean that there are more than one timelines in Ninjago, where things go different. In our current timeline, Cormodon was born with destruction, bitten by the Grey Devourer, and fell into darkness, while Wu became the symbol of wisdom, creation, and balance. That dynamic has refined Ninjago since the very beginning. If cycles repeat, then in a previous cycle those roles could have been reversed. Wu could have been the one born closer to destruction, the one corrupted, and the one who embraced the power instead of resisting it. That single shift would completely flip the foundation of Ninjago's history and everything we think we understand about the first Penjitsu Master's legacy. In that previous reality, Wu would have still gathered the ninja but trained them to reshape Ninjago under his control, rather than to protect it. Enemy Lloyd would not be a random character, he would still be the chosen one. While this might be a little weird, since there's no mention of an alternative timeline, we recently saw a leaked image of what looked like a torso for Evil or Enemy Lloyd, and the recent dubbing leak also confirms this. The gravestones Lloyd saw in Dragons Rising Season 1 could have been the fallen ninja of that previous cycle, the ninja who tried to stop an evil Master Wu and failed. Before the Source Dragons reset the entire timeline, Dragons Rising has established that cycles can be erased if balance collapses, so if destruction fully overtook that world, the Source Dragons may have wiped it out and started again. Lloyd's vision may not have been a prophecy of what will happen, but a vision of what already happened and could also happen to this cycle if they fail. And it might be a warning. Now this is where it becomes critical. If the reset didn't wipe out everyone, an evil version of Master Wu could have survived and crossed into this new cycle. That would immediately explain why Rez's master knows Wu on such a deep and personal level. They would be the same person from two different cycles, one representing the balance that currently exists, and the other representing a failed reality that tries to destroy the current cycle. The concept alone would make Rez's master one of the most dangerous villains Ninjago has ever seen. This ties directly into the merge. The merge combined all the realms into one single land, collapsing all the realms that were separated for years. Rez have been collecting dragon icons and actively working towards dominating the Source Dragons, which means a long-term plan involving control over the beings that control reality. Controlling one merged world is far easier than controlling 17 separate realms, And if someone wanted absolute control, merging everything would be the smartest plan. He might have destroyed the balance by killing the source dragon of balance. He still said that he caused the merge, but he might mean himself from an alternative version. Balance and darkness is how Ninjago exists. With the Overlord gone after crystallized, that balance have may been destabilized in ways we don't fully understand yet. The merge may not have been random chaos at all. It might have been triggered or exploited by someone who understands how cycles function. That Season 1 Easter egg, control time, control everything, written on the wall in Wu's study during a scene with Wu and Lloyd, feels more connected. If cycles are tied to time itself, then controlling time could mean controlling the reset of reality. While we thought it means that the time twins could potentially be Res's master, it might be a reference to something else. Wu said he caused the merge. He may not meant his version of himself, but the other one. It would explain why Wu was panicking, cause if he caused it on purpose, like we thought, he would have done more research at first. And if it was caused by the alternative version, he didn't have enough time to prepare. It could even explain why Master Wu now exists in a spirit-like state, instead of his physical form alongside the ninja. It might be that since an alternative version of Wu is in this current cycle, Wu turned into a spirit, not alive or dead, but something in between. Another possibility is darker, but Wu may have been killed during the chaos, and what remains is a spirit, but made of creation. He might created a spirit form to still lead the ninja. That means he's not fully dead. Now look at Res. He's smart, strong, and has a lot of knowledge. And Res's master helped and trained Res from the very beginning, so it's logical that they both won't betray each other. The only complication is Res talking about reversing the merge. If his master caused it, why would he undo it? Either Res is manipulating others and hiding his true objective, or there might be a bigger, more complicated plan since they also captured Master Wu. And in a previous video, I explained how they could use Wu as a sort of spell to start reversing the merge, since he or the alternative version may cause it, and Wu is in a spell box. There are still unanswered questions about how an alternative Wu could survive a cycle reset, or why the source dragons would allow even a fragment of a failed reality to still exist. But Dragons Rising has clearly been building towards something big, and the writers have implied that Res's master is someone very important, someone whose reveal will surprise us. If Dragons Rising is about cycles repeating until someone finally breaks the pattern, then making the ultimate villain a version of the very symbol of wisdom would be the smartest move the series could take. There's a lot of possibilities, but we do know that the story is about cycles and an enemy Lloyd character. Tell me in the comments who you think enemy Lloyd is, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Ninjago content. Thanks for watching.